Hi guys, it's been a while. Um, I wanted to let you know what's been going on and what happened. On August 12th, I was getting ready to go ride my e-bike with my daughter, and I fell down my garage steps and fractured my ankle. I broke my ankle. Um, I fell. It was only just a couple steps, as you can see from the picture. And I just, looking at the stuff now, I'm like, it's so ridiculous that I broke my ankle in three places. So I got a trimalleolar fracture. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's what it is. And basically, when I fell, I could see. I'm very squeamish about bones and anything, like even watching movies and the sounds of bones cracking, even though I know it's like fake noises. It's just I can't handle it. I can't handle it. So going through my worst fear, basically, thank God I didn't hear anything when my ankle broke, but I did see it completely like shift and move. And I knew then I've never broken a bone. So I knew then it was definitely like broken. And then about like 5 to 10 seconds after I broke it, and saw it shift and then my foot completely like dislocated, hanging there, I got a wave of nausea, like I was gonna throw up. And then I also got a wave of like I was gonna beep my pants, if you know what I mean. So that was like that almost delayed response of the pain hitting me just then, and then just the overwhelming pain. I just crying, panting, screaming. Like I wasn't like crying to the point of like producing tears. It was like that was too much for my body to even like handle that too, which was strange because you'd think that like you would actually like physically cry, but there was just not enough in me to actually produce tears. I was like trying to reserve all my energy for like holding my ankle together because I realized when I tried to move my foot and my ankle, like I had to like put it back in place and like kind of keep it there because then it would get off. Oh, so disgusting. I like can't even talk about it. Like makes me want to throw up. Anyway, so my daughter, um, she hears me scream, okay, and cry out and stuff. So she sees me and I'm like, Rennie, I broke my ankle, and she gets so upset about seeing me that she she slams the door shut and goes running back inside. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, child, help me out here. So I'm gathering all the strength I have to call her again. And I say, I need my phone. And my phone's like out of reach because, yes, I had my phone in my hand when I fell. And I think that was part of it. There's no railing. And so um, I was trying to figure out what to do with my phone with my bike because I don't have anywhere to put it on my bike. So I think that's part of the problem was like I was trying to figure out, am I going to put it in my shorts? What am I going to do? And before I even could, think of all that, I fell and um, probably didn't use my hand for balance properly because I had my phone in my hand. So anyway, so she goes, slams the door again, goes running back inside, looking throughout the whole house for my phone. And I'm just like trying to call her multiple times. And I'm like, no, Rennie, my phone is right there, but it's hard to talk, right? So she gets me my phone, finally. And then I call my sister because I know my husband's 20 minutes away for work and all that. Or is it? No, I called my husband first. I said, I broke my ankle. Help, get here as soon as you can. And then I realized my sister was only like 5, 10 minutes away. So I'm going to call her instead, which I did. And, but apparently she was out shopping. So she was probably equally as far away, unfortunately. So anyway, I've got two people coming to me and, excuse me. And, so my sister reaches me first, and I was so scared to move and figure out how I was going to get in her car while holding my ankle together. and I couldn't do it. And I just had to oh, it was so painful. I just had to, get on her shoulder and everything, try to get in her cart, and I just had to let it dangle. Oh, it hurt so bad doing that. So anyway, we get in the car, we go to the ER. My husband's like right behind me, following us to the ER. And I get in the wheelchair. Every bump, oh my gosh, just hurt so bad. And then we're in the ER and they don't have a room ready. So I'm like literally just holding my ankle together. And we tried to pick a corner of the ER because I was crying. I was like, I was in pain and I didn't want to be distressing the other people that were in the ER. I was making a lot of noise, because it hurt like a mother. So anyway, finally they get me a room and they tell me that they need to, they take the x-rays, which is really cool that they have these portable x-ray machines. And I'll show you like pictures and everything as we go through. And they tell me that they're going to have to, is it called reduction? I think it's called reduction, where they just basically have to put the ankle back in place. And this has always been my fear of like having to be conscious doing that. And so luckily they told me that I could get something to like put me under, but I'm still, it's weird. It's like I'm still somehow a little bit conscious, but I won't remember anything. And I had a hard time trusting that because one, I've never heard of that. And two, I'm like, how conscious am I going to be when they do this? Like I was really scared, but I figured like anything is better than just being fully conscious while this happens. So they put me under or whatever they did. And apparently I barely remember shouting out. Or like noise coming from my throat. I barely remember that. And apparently my husband was on the phone with my brother-in-law, who is a podiatrist and he's done surgeries, he's done all kinds of stuff. So we've got him, my husband's talking to him on the phone, and he says, there's somebody screaming in the ER. I don't know, he's like, so he's trying to like move away from the noise. And then he heard a scream again. It was me. And thank goodness I do not remember any of that. And I don't remember any pain. So hallelujah that I didn't have to go be, conscious or remember anything like that. But he said, oh my gosh, when you scream like that, realizing it was me, he was like, and Trevor, my brother-in-law, he's like, I'm sorry you have to hear that right now. So anyway, oh my gosh, it was a lot. They got that. And then they put this like splint cast around it and basically told me to go home. They gave me some pain meds, that sort of thing, and then to follow up with an ortho and everything. So we go to the military base for our care. And so they had an orthopedic department. I really wanted them to move the referral to my brother-in-law so he could do the surgery and the treatment and everything, but they wouldn't release it. Unfortunately, I tried, asking, but they have a really good ortho department there. And, I met the orthopedic surgeon, and he was worried that I might need something called an X-fix. And when I saw a picture of that, I was horrified. Like, I do not want these pins and things sticking out of my leg. I'll try to like insert a picture of what I found, like what it kind of like looks like. And I'm like, that looks worse than what I have now. It looks painful. And I just didn't want that. But I didn't really have a choice if that's what he was going to determine what I would need. So literally, I feel like I was praying, please, please, no, I don't want that. So I needed my swelling to go down, right? So that they could do the surgery. So luckily, I think it was that Friday. So I hurt myself on that Monday. And then that Friday, I went in for surgery. And they were going to be like, well, you're either going to wake up with an X-fix or you're going to have your surgery completely done. And so that was hard, not knowing what I was going to get. So, but luckily he came by and looked at my ankle before the surgery and he's like, I think we can do the full fix. And I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't want to have multiple surgeries. Like I just want it like one and done. They gave me a nerve block because they said that was going to help with the post-op pain, and it helps you not to rely so much on, the opioids and medicines and things, the pills and things like that for the pain, which is great. So I had to get that done, and it wasn't pleasant, and I had to be conscious for that. They said they gave me a cocktail to help relax me. I didn't feel like it did anything, to be honest. I felt just like it was normal. Like, and so they poke around to try to find the nerve that they don't want to get into. And so they kind of have to like poke it, and then you're like, ah. And so that wasn't pleasant because that hurts. But I kept thinking, this is going to help with the post-op pain. So this is fine, just get it done. Just get it done. So anyway, they did that. And and then I get ready for surgery and everything. And I remember the mask going over my face and it kind of hurting my nose a little bit. And then the next thing I knew, I'm waking up in the recovery room, and I can hear everything around me, but I can't really respond yet because the anesthesia and just coming out of it. But it's interesting. They always say like your hearing is the first to arrive and the last thing to go. Like, and it's so true. It's like I could hear and everything. I could hear. It was like I was conscious, absolutely, and hearing everything for like a good 10 minutes, but couldn't respond to people. So it was a little bit frustrating. But anyway, I looked at my now casted foot, and I was happy. They said the surgery went well. And so that's really all I could wish for. So upon home, I was using, to get around post surgery, I was using just like a rolly office chair to get by because the crutches were just too hard to use. We would literally just take a little rolling office chair out on my sidewalk from my house to the car to get places. And then there's like a step, so I'd have to like rely on my husband's shoulder to just kind of hop down those 2 steps that we have. But luckily, our house is just like main floor living, and we have like a lot of basement, and I don't really do much in the basement, so yay. So everything's like flat, and I can get around on this main level. But of course, I've been mostly just like staying in bed here. So yeah, the post-op pain, yeah, it's awful pain. Luckily, I don't know if that's the word I want to use, but I do have experience with high levels of chronic pain with migraine and everything. So, and I am trained as a pain management coach myself, and I also work with a pain management coach. And so all of those techniques really help me get through the pain. And, the meds definitely helped. Rest, elevation. Anytime I put my foot down, it just did not feel good. So I definitely always wanted to keep my foot elevated. Plus, that's what the doctors were telling me to do. And it was really helping with the swelling. So, getting around, taking a shower, all of those things, very tough. But I have a loving husband and family members. My mother-in-law ended up coming from Thailand, so she's here to help. And it's just been so, even my neighbors helping water my flowers and just all kinds of stuff. So it's been great. And I could feel all the prayers and everything everybody was sending me, especially before going into surgery and feeling nervous. I felt just really confident and optimistic. And I feel like, just energetically, I could feel those prayers behind me, which was nice. So anyway, 1 week after surgery, I just got my stitches removed, and I'll show you some of those pictures of before I got the stitches removed. While I was going to x-ray, they took off the cast, and you could see like the stitched, scars or the openings of where they did the surgery. And yes, not pretty looking. So I apologize for those graphic pictures, but that's what it looks like. And I was feeling very vulnerable without the cast and having to go like roll all the way, across to the radiology department, and without anything on, and then waiting in the waiting room and everybody seeing my disgusting like post-op mess that I've got going on, and people were commenting, oh my God, what happened? And I'm just like, nothing exciting, you know, I wasn't rock climbing, I wasn't doing anything, I just fell down steps that I go down every day of my life. So anyway, getting the stitches removed, I was really scared. Like, I was just like, oh gosh, no, I don't want to do this. But I was also happy that it was already time. Like, it was like, seemed really fast, you know, getting those removed already, but they looked and they were happy with what they saw. So I had to take a couple deep breaths while they removed the stitches. It was not, there was a lot of expletives and shouting out, and doctors coming to see, oh, what's going on? What's the noise? And I'm like, yeah, it's just me. But he's like, you're doing better than some Marines we have coming through here. And I loved that he said that. So I was just like, yes. So got that out, got that done. And I was so happy to not be in a cast, because it was bumping and rubbing certain parts of my foot. And I feel like it was, that was going to cause a sore. And it was just not pleasant. It's not pleasant having a cast. And so now I'm just in an ACE bandage, which I'll show you pictures of. And it feels so much more freeing. I can moisturize those parts of my leg, you know, and take care of the skin. And then I'm going to remove the tape that he put, like this little stitching tape on some of the scars. And I'm going to remove that and put some like scar cream on there. And I've been working with moving my foot for a range of motion. And I've just been moving it, like, you know, up and down, this kind of flexion, or whatever it's called. And the side to side though still kind of hurts, and I feel stuff in there. Like, I have 3 plates and like 15 screws, they said. So it's like, I can kind of feel like I'm bumping up against something when I go this way with my foot, and it hurts. So I think the toughest part has just been the burning, the aching, and like it just, you never know when it's going to hit. And then sometimes your foot's just fine and there's no pain. And then sometimes it's just like, oh, you can't find a comfortable position, and you keep moving your foot around, even though it's on pillows and everything, and it just still hurts. So that's been a challenge. So yeah, I have 4 weeks until my next appointment, and I'll do another follow-up video then. And I'll probably be cleared for physical therapy. And I figure in the meantime, though, if I can do my own range of motion exercises within these 4 weeks, that's going to help. But I'm going to be obviously very careful with that. I'm not supposed to put any weight bearing on it for 4 weeks. So that's where I am right now, just resting and recovering and elevating, my doctor said. So yeah, it's going to be a challenge. I'm going to have to learn how to walk again and just get used to a new ankle. But I'm very determined, and I want to get back to my walking, and, you know, I want to be mobile and independent, and just, I just want to get back to normal living as soon as possible if I can. But I also know I need to be patient with this process. And so that's where I am for right now. Thanks for watching, you guys. And again, I'll keep you updated on my progress.